Let's actually talk about the Tokon news. They kind of silently did this alongside the new announcement of the state of play, but they updated their Steam page. It says basically, hey, there's going to be 20 characters at launch. 20 characters in an ever expanding roster is the way they described it. They are going to quickly try to turn out the DLC because 20 characters is pretty small for a 4v4 game. I don't care that much. Like, I'm not like, oh man, 20 characters, it's over for me. But I know a lot of people are pretty pissed about 20. You have almost half of the roster in a match, right? I get it. But when they announced not long ago, like, hey guys, we're planning to support this game for like 10 years. We're going to put a lot of support. That to me sounded like they're not going to launch with a lot and then they're going to like expand over time. I'm happy that it's not like 16 characters or like 18 characters because I think either of those two numbers could be doomed. Marvel has so many characters. So thinking of 20 Marvel characters you like is very easy. Thinking of how many characters you like that could get left out when the roster is only 20 is very high. What are the odds that of the 20 characters, 4 of them are characters you love and you're like super excited about? You know, it might take a while for your characters to land. Other thing that they said about this in this launch that was like pretty interesting was they said a single player mode with presets for their 5 teams of 4. So that kind of lends some backup to the idea that they're building specific teams. And it makes me think like, okay, is there gonna be like a team of 4 Avengers, a team of 4 X-Men, Fantastic Four, 4 villains that they put together, right? So like, I'm curious what the actual team construction will be. I'm also curious if they're ever planning to expand single player content. And I wonder if the DLC will be built with these teams of 4 in mind. Or like once the game comes out, is it like we can just release DLC and whoever and these teams of 4 don't matter anymore? Curious what their plan is and like how closely they're gonna stick to these like teams of 4 and like how core that's gonna be to the identity of their release cycle. Needing a PlayStation account is like whack. This part sucks. I think this is really annoying. I think a lot of people are going to be frustrated about this. I already own a PlayStation account because like I have one, but it's annoying to like have to log into a PlayStation account to play a Steam game. Is this going to make it so that some people can't play the game? Wait, you can't make a PlayStation account in most of Africa. What? You can't create a PlayStation account there? What does that mean? Like, why can't you make a PlayStation account? Can you just lie about where you are? How does this work? Helldivers had this problem? Is that what the Sony Helldivers thing was? But they got rid of it or something, right? US imperialism? It's Sony. Where's Sony from? US imperialism by proxy. Now we're blaming proxy, bro. He's just trying to commentate some 2XKO and now we're blaming proxy. They just don't have service in those regions. That's crazy. It's fucking 2026. Yeah, then this is more whack than expected. But everything else about the game is dope. It has insanely good visuals. It has an insane IP. It has an incredibly good team working on it. I've been a Guilty Gear fan for a long time. I like their games a lot. And I think the way they support games is great. I think the core of this game has some of the most interesting and cool ideas I've seen a game try in a bit. Like I think unlocking characters is a cool concept. There's potential to have cool stuff with the way the wall breaking system works and using 4 characters in a match that shuffle team position and then like have different assists and other things. The only thing is that the game itself from the builds that we have played is very clunky right now. I don't like the way calling assists and moving around the screen feels. And that's the majority of what you're doing in matches. Some of the characters are really fun. I think others are I'm not so sure about. And the system of the game, like, I don't know. It's not there yet for me. The combos and like other aspects of the game, I'm sure there's stuff that they'll improve and change. And like, I'm not that beholden to it now. I gave my feedback on it because the feedback on it's important, but I'm not that worried or stressed about it. The bigger thing is like, I don't need training mode to know that like moving around and calling assists feels like ass. So if that feels better, we're playing a video game. Strive betas were pretty ass, and 1.0 is very different. I have faith that the game will change a lot before launch and then end in a good place. I think the news is cool. I just need the game to be more fun. She's in the house. What up, Merlin? You like the house? We got a little house down there. Merlin's attacking a toy behind me if you hear a weird noise. We're gonna get news probably about, I would guess, another beta, and then also probably like characters and their launch timing, I would guess, with State of Play. State of Play is on Thursday at 2 p.m. I am flying to NorCal for Genesis. I'm gonna be going there to commentate Street Fighter and 2XKO this weekend. Tune in to Genesis. The bracket for Street Fighter is insane. The bracket for 2XKO is insane. I will unfortunately be flying when the State of Play goes live, but I'll probably record something and then send it to Moste like on Thursday. How will this affect LeBron's legacy? Bro, they're about to trade fucking Nightcrawler, Jubilee, and Psylocke for Luca. They're calling it the worst trade deal in history. I don't know. Like, you know, we gotta see.